What's up, guys? Just in the Istanbul airport, making our way to Vietnam. I think it's 18 hours for Vietnam. It's something we've been looking forward to for a year. Beaches, lots of diving, lots of adventures, and we're there for 14 days. So it's gonna be fun. Let's go get our flight. We had to go through customs. Claire and I, my girlfriend, were traveling. We're both from the United States. So we get to the Vietnam airport and we're at the customs desk and we're like, hi, we'd like to buy 2 visas, please. And they give us this blank stare back. And they're like, where's your letter? Letter? I thought we could buy them on arrival. Like, no, you need this letter. And they're like, all right, you have 2 options right now. Your first option, you can get on the next flight back that leaves in 10 minutes to Istanbul where you came from. We look at each other like, we are not getting on that flight. It's like, option 2, for 7.4 million Vietnam dong, you can get a travel agent here who can do the letter for you.
They're all 500,000.
He's now a multi-millionaire. Dreams come true. Dreams come true, Claire. So it's about 300 bucks for us to do that. If you are coming to Vietnam, get that letter. The 2 things we're doing up north, we're going to Ha Long Bay. Beautiful limestone, out of the ocean, cliffs, jaw-dropping scenery. And then we'll probably go on this big trek tour that we booked. I think we go to the North Jungle. And so we actually rent some scooters, some motorbikes, and we'll be up north doing that for about 4 days. Lots of footage, hopefully, and take you with us. If you're not already, follow him on Instagram. It's just @ClarkDangerous. I'll put it right there. I'm doing tons of story updates. Time to go explore Hanoi, and we'll take you with us. Let's go. All right, she's shopping in Vietnam. Authentic and real, right?
Oh yeah.
What'd you get?
Nike.
How much were they?
12 bucks.
12 bucks US. So I got slightly expensive taste. Got the fake Yeezys. $20 US.
I hate bartering.
She hates bartering.
She did it.
She's too nice and too cute for it.
Not really well. I'm not too cute.
Look at that face. How can you barter with that face?
I know, how can you barter with this?
That's not the face of a killer. Oh, thank you. First Vietnamese bowl of pho. This looks awesome. We got our cruise, which we are living in style in the north part of Vietnam, and we're gonna see lots of islands, there's lots of swimming. We were able to book this for 3 nights through our hostel. I think it cost us around $100, $150, somewhere around there for the whole thing. Meals, everything like that. So we thought it was a pretty decent deal for what we wanted to see with transportation up here and all that. So we're enjoying this cruise.
Where's your own private deck?
Yeah, we got our own private deck. Just concluded day 1 of the 3-day boat tour on Ha Long Bay. Now this is definitely one of the most beautiful places I've been in Southeast Asia. And I've been here, of course, 2 years ago on my own, and now I'm doing this trip with my girlfriend throughout Vietnam, and we're doing a bunch of other countries as well. One thing that I wanted to share with you, last time I did it solo, I had this kind of mentality of like I was gonna rough it, right? And I was just gonna get out there and explore and just do things on my own and, you know, strap on a backpack and take on the world. Well, I feel like I missed a lot of things having that mentality, right? Because you don't get the same tours or people showing you around. A lot of the times the locals who are even selling the tours, yes, I know it's touristy, yes, I know everyone's doing it, it's very crowded, obviously here, but a lot of the times they know better. They've been doing this for years. They've been doing, this is their home. And so it's kind of naive to think that you can plan something better. The girl, we were sitting in the hostel there, she's like, oh, you guys are going on a tour. Like, we're doing it on our own. And it seems like there's this status thing amongst backpackers that like the less comfortable you are, regardless of the cost or not, like the more street cred you have in the backpacking community. It's really kind of funny. It doesn't take into experience at all. So, you know, in Egypt, we were there. I mean, day 1, we walked into our hostel and we're like, what do we do? And he planned a whole week that we would have not have otherwise been able to plan on our own, just getting around on our own. And that required drivers to some places. That required making phone calls that we couldn't make. And it was such a better experience because of that. So I really think that there's something there between, you know, kind of ditching a little bit of that I'm gonna take on the world with my backpack mentality, because it's already all been done before, especially if you go to Southeast Asia. This place is so well paved that you could survive on the clothes on your back and a credit card. There's laundry in every single hostel. There's tours that they can book from your hostel. You don't even have to leave your hostel to find somewhere where you can get to your next destination. I'll give you an example. We bought a bus ticket that takes us from the top of Vietnam. That was a $50 bus ticket. Unlimited buses, get on, get off. I guess the moral here is I'm having a blast this time around, and I opened myself up, I guess kind of selling out and going the touristy route. You know, we're not stopping in every gift shop and taking selfie photos with random statues, not like that level of tourists, but we're definitely like booking tours now, and we're definitely not trying to take pride in like take on the world mentality. All right, I hope that makes sense. Those are just some thoughts I've been having on that. Right there for you. So, you know, if you've ever thought about traveling, I still hold true the belief that 2017 is the best time to do it, and there's never a better time than today to get out there and take on what you want. Remember, don't settle for anything less than you deserve, and that's how you get whatever you want. Clark coming here from Ha Long Bay. Thank you so much for your support, and until next time, stop settling, start living. See you guys. Living on $60 a day in Vietnam. Right now we're riding bikes.
Cat Ba National Park.
In Cat Ba National Park through Ha Long Bay. Having the time of our life. Life is good. This is one of those moments that you just, wow. This is insane. We're at a village where there's a spot where you can dip your feet in, and the fish come up and eat all the dead skin off of you. Not my thing, but Claire's giving it a shot. All right, Claire, let's see what you got.
Oh, it's so weird.
Come on.
It's so weird. It's so weird. It's so weird.
Do it.
I did. They're nibbling on my feet.
Little pit stop for lunch in the jungle here in Vietnam, the rice paddies. I don't think the cows like us very much. Getting a lot of dirty looks, telling me to move it. Oh man, check it out what we got included in the tour. Your own private little bungalow here. Check out this view, this is insane. Wow. You step right into paradise. Own private island, probably 20 people on it. Now this is living. Hey, morning guys. I wanted to touch on something that maybe some of you are thinking right now, and if you've ever seen a travel video, it's easy to say, well, that's great, but I have X, Y, and Z. You know, I have my job. Clark, my job would never let me take 2 months off to go travel the world. All right, or I have a family, they would never, or my kids, I can't just get up and leave my kids to travel, Clark, that's irresponsible. Or I don't have the money, or all those things that we default to instead of coming up with ways to do it. And I wanna challenge you right now that if you have any of those 3 things, those are pretty common, or I don't know how, 4 things, let's go with those. I've seen people here on the road who have had all 4 of those things, yet have still made traveling work. I'll give you an example. We met a Kenyan couple in the airport. We got a beer with them because we had like 2 hours between our flights. They were traveling for 4 weeks and they had 2 kids that were younger. They got their grandparents to babysit them and checked in once a night on Skype or FaceTime. That doesn't mean they hate their kids. That means that they still value these experiences out here. You know, my girlfriend quit her job just to go on this epic trip. And then she eventually got asked back by that job. But it wasn't until she finally took that step and said, hey, this is important to me. I'm going for it. It's 7 weeks. Here it is. That they were like, actually, why don't you come back after? They weren't gonna go to her and say, hey, just take 7 weeks off and we'll see you whenever. That's never gonna happen. With the money thing, I've touched on that too. You know, that it's not a lack of money, it's a lack of priority. And that's a tough pill to swallow for a lot of people, I know. But if you really prioritize this, couldn't you open a separate checking account and deposit 1 or 2% of everything you make? You know, 5%, 10%. Okay, and then over the course of a year, that adds up to a lot. So $3,000 to $4,000 around the world goes much, much further than if you're in a first world country right now, or you're in a country that has a very good currency. It's not impossible. I saw a Chinese grandma on the tour. She had a bad back, we had to lift her up, she could barely walk, but she still made it on every single one of our outings, I think minus the bike riding. So it's not age, it's not money, it's not time, it's priority. And I just wanted to put that message out there because I think it's really, really important that if you've ever wanted to travel, if you've ever wanted to experience anything in life that you really want to go for, make that your biggest priority and fit your lifestyle around your priority, not the other way around. Don't let other things make your decisions for you. Don't let your boss make your decisions for you. Don't let your family, don't let your work, don't let your past. Go from a place right now of how you can do it. How can you afford it? How can you get out there and experience it? And that's how you actually make it happen. Rant over, stop settling, start living. See ya. Here we have Claire in her natural habitat taking photos of everything, even though someone's taken better ones online. Just kidding. Excited to leave paradise?
My photo. No. I want to go swim with those people. This is amazing.
Very heavy rain today in Vietnam. If you're coming to Vietnam, BYOP, bring your own poncho. Checked into our little hostel here. This is Flipside Hostel in Vietnam, Hanoi, and it's got a really cool view outside here. Check this out. We have a motorcycle tour tomorrow that we're preparing for. It's all up in the North Mountains that we're gonna go on. I think it's 4 days, 3 nights. Really excited to actually ride a bike in the Vietnamese hills.
I feel like I look like I'm gonna be shot out of a cannon.
Check out this viewpoint. Up north, going to the border of China, maybe cross through, we don't know. About an hour, 2 hours into the ride. Walking through the Nam jungle. Alright guys, we just got into our homestay. The group we're with is about 8 people. Phenomenal time, lots of laughs, lots of bizarre drinking games. Cheers! Hi, Bob! Whoa! Pretty much the setup in here. Pink Valentine's Day little covers. Down there we got dinner being made. Up here, let me zoom in for you. This beautiful green terraces of the rice paddies that you see throughout all of Vietnam. I mean, the kinds of views we are seeing, it looks like a National Geographic, honestly, this whole thing. All right, morning hike. Doing this guy right there. Gonna get to the top of it and check out the view. Got Martin flying his drone right there, doing his thing. All right, this is epic. In Don Van, it's about 5-6 hours up north from Hanoi on the border. We just hiked up to these abandoned French bunkers that are on top of this beautiful cliff, this beautiful mountainside right here. This is definitely one of the best views of the trip so far. bus right there. There's one thing in Vietnam they do better than anywhere else. It's their bus system. How do you like the setup?
Good. Very cozy.
This is nice. These are reclining chairs, blankets, pillows.
Where? I don't have a pillow.
Nice of you.
Free sleeping with me, the French guy.
Free kisses everywhere you go. It's amazing. They're my snuggle buddy. Okay, thank you. So one of the things I've always wanted to do is get a custom leather jacket. We're here in Hoi An in Vietnam in the actual leather shop where they make a leather jacket for you. It's a really cool process. This is the start of it. So now we're back at the shop and we're gonna pick out some linings and get the suit or the jacket fitted and make sure everything's working, and then they're gonna start the build out, and hopefully in 1 or 2 days it'll be ready to wear out on the street and look awesome. Final product, Claire, what do you think of it?
Smells really good.
It's modeled after a Saint Laurent leather jacket that's like $6 grand in the States, and this I think I got for around $300, so not bad for custom leather work. Checking in here from Nha Trang, 3/4 the way down the coast of Vietnam. I normally don't like to complain in vlogs, and I normally try to keep things positive and go with the flow because that's what traveling's all about. But I've had a little coffee and some time to reflect on my experiences last night. We get to the office and the guy's like, "You did not book this ticket for today," and immediately starts getting super aggressive and in our face. So this goes on for about 20 or 30 minutes or so. You know, he's like almost ready to punch us in the face. Like, this guy went from 0 to 60 in like 2 seconds, and they totally wrote down the wrong date, which, you know, mistakes happen, whatever, but he's saying that the bus is full. And then meanwhile, people are paying to get on the bus right there where we already paid. So we should be on the bus already. And so the guy's like, all right, you have 2 options. Your first option is you can wait here. 7:30 the next morning, there's another bus coming. Second option, you can sleep on the floor. Bit the bullet and then slept on the floor for 16 hours. It's pretty brutal. Right there's where we slept last night. Sardines between like person sleeping over here, kid coughing over here, sneezing on me. I mean, this is the stuff with traveling you just can't plan for. The moral there is what I'm saying is always fly if possible. Second, you know, this is part of the experience. Be a, you know, kind of nimble tree in the wind, not a firm rooted one that's gonna snap when the wind comes and knocks you over completely. I gotta go catch this bus. We're going to this beach town, Munay, where we can hopefully, fingers crossed, have enough time to sand dune. And then in about a day or 2, we're catching our flight out of Vietnam from Ho Chi Minh City, going to Cambodia for a day to see Angkor Wat. Time to go catch the bus. What do we do when we get downtime traveling?
We watch footage of all of our amazing travels and try and actually like absorb it.
We watch footage of ourselves
in Tomorrowland.
So you gotta watch yourself having the fun because you didn't actually go there to like have fun. You went there to take the footage so you can watch the fun later.
Got the t-shirt, then rewatched it and actually felt good about it.
You can't steal my one-liner.
It's seriously hard to absorb how much fun we've had though in the moment. Like with most vacations that are like a week or 2 weeks, you then go home and then you like absorb it for like, for me, like a month afterward. Like you spend time like dwelling in how awesome it was. It's been 4 weeks now, we have 3 more weeks left, and it's like we haven't had time to really truly absorb the first 4 weeks and how amazing like waterfalls in Iceland, and then London, and then Tomorrowland, and then the pyramids and riding camels. And actually Clark's footage really helps.
Saying you like my constant filming?
Sometimes. I don't like it when he's like yelling at a camera in Blue Lagoon or in a parking lot or like in front of people and they're all staring at him like he's crazy, and I'm like,
Get the shot, you gotta risk it for the biscuit.
There is a line, I think. And
the best vlog spots are the most inappropriate spots to film.
I think that there might be more appropriate spots.
You know your restaurant's serious when they have an index. 56 pages of awesomeness. Wrapping up the last day of Vietnam in a market. Gonna buy some live toads, maybe some live fish and eat them. Just kidding. We got a flight tonight that we're going to Siem Reap, Cambodia on. And so right now we're just getting some good street food, getting some good street deals, getting some good fake Ray-Bans, and having a blast. Time to catch our flight. Just landed in Siem Reap, Cambodia. Gonna go to our hostel for the night, and then tomorrow morning we're getting up at 4 a.m. to see the sunrise at Angkor Wat.